Else, magpapaalam lang po sana kami kung okay lang po sa inyo na i-record tong session natin na to para sa mga hindi po makaka-attend ng live talk natin for today. Okay lang po ba sa inyo yun?
Yeah, okay lang naman as long as hindi natin siya yung recording ipapublish anywhere.
It will be just for Mint students.
Yes po.
Sure.
Rest assured for Mint students lang po siya.
Sige.
Alright. Shall we start na po, Miss Ampi?
Sure. Please just go, yung flow of the evening.
Alright, so Miss Ampi, I shall be introducing. And after that, mag-represent po kayo, Miss Armi. And after that, diretso po tayo kagad sa Q&A na hindi natin patatanggalin the more than 30 minutes. Yes po.
So parang the entire thing ay 30 minutes.
Yes po.
Okay. Try ko lang munang mag-share ng screen.
Sige po.
You can click yung present na. Thank you.
Hold on. Okay na, no?
Yes po. Kita-kita po.
We can see it. We can see it.
Okay. Sige, stop ko muna. Ayan. Sige, go ahead, Francis.
Okay. Let's start na po, Miss Ampi, Miss Armi.
Please start, Francis.
Okay. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Ay, pa-record po pala muna. Wala po sa akin yung record button, Miss Ampi.
MintProd, please record. Please start the recording. MintProd, thank you.
Hold on. Ini-request din po sa akin yung MintProd.
Then you can already start, Francis.
All right. Okay. Give me a second po. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the fourth and final event of the film community during this course week of the Meridian International College. My name is Francis Magundayo, and I will be your host for tonight's CINETalk. Today, we are so honored and pleased to be joined by Miss Armi Cacanindin, a representative of ANIMA, to enlighten us young aspiring filmmakers on the new waves and exciting future projects they have in store. Miss Armi is the head of production of ANIMA, formerly known as Globe Studios. Since 2018, she heads the production of ANIMA and has produced both films and series under it, including Last Song Syndrome, Pista ng Pelikulang Pilipinos Special Jury Award back in 2019, gaya sa pelikula, one of the Philippines' most successful BL series, Ero and TM Mad Rush, a branded reality service. And without further ado, let us all welcome Miss Armi to CINETalk. Magandang gabi po, Miss Armi.
Hello, magandang gabi din sa lahat, sa mga students na nandito, sa organizers nito from Mint College. Hello. Ayan, medyo dumadami pa yung mga ano 'no, yung mga students. Pero, I'll start now with my, presentation just to introduce also ANIMA. Sabi nga ni Francis, before ang pangalan namin ay Globe Studios, kaka-rebrand lang namin, last December. Hold on, I'll share my screen. Ayan, so kami po ang ANIMA, coming from the word anima, the soul, especially the irrational part of the soul, as distinguished from the rational mind. Bringing stories to life. This is our passion and our core. So we're a Philippine-based entertainment studio composed of dedicated storytellers with expertise in film, TV, and content creation. So whether it's a TV series, a short film, a podcast, or a music video that moves you, makes you laugh, makes you cry, inspires, informs, or empowers you, count on us to represent and be present in every facet of Filipino life. I have here our short reel. Ay, sorry. Ayun, may volume naman 'no, na narinig naman po ng lahat.
Kasi I think yung percent, it's on percent and not tab. But that's okay. Kahit walang sound, that's fine. Kasi
Hala, walang sound.
nakikita na naman yung mga images.
Naku, sayang. Okay. Anyway, ayan. So our past works include, Birdshot, All of You, Love Diaz's Ang Panahon ng Halimaw, Hello K-Idol. It's a series, Sintayan ng Langit, which is on Netflix. Also, Quaresma, LSS or Last Song Syndrome, Motalakasha, and then another series, I Dare to Dream with Disney. Of course, Goyo, a co-prod with TBA, the first Filipino Netflix film, Dead Kids, Midnight in a Perfect World, and then Fangirl, 2020 Best Picture sa MMFF. It premiered in Tokyo and Tallinn. And also, yun nga, Gaya sa Pelikula, our YouTube series last year. Hindi, 2 years ago, 2020. And then last year we also have Kung Maupay Manit Panahon or Whether the Weather is Fine with Daniel Padilla, Charo Santos, Rance Refall. It premiered in Locarno Film Festival. Tapos may mga ilang festivals na napasukan. And then for the Philippine premiere, it was part of MMFF 2021. At may mga awards din na nakuha doon, including Second Best Picture. And at the same time, we have On the Job, The Missing Eight. Yung pelikula ay naging in competition sa Venice Film Festival where John Arcilla won the Volpi Cup, the Best Actor Award. And then yung counterpart nito na series ay exclusive naman sa HBO. It's an HBO Asia original series. So, dalawa yon, isang film at isang 6-part series. And then just this January, we opened the year with the inclusion of You Nor Will Never Die sa Sundance Film Festival. So it's the first Filipino film for the last 15 years sa Sundance. And we got the Special Jury Award for Innovative Spirit sa Sundance. So yan yung past projects namin sa Anima. Right now, We're in the works with Quark Henares' film. Um, hindi pa final yung title, so hindi ko muna sasabihin. And a spin-off series of Hintayan ng Langit. So yung film ngayon, may spin-off series siya entitled Simula sa Gitna, this time directed by Antoinette Hadaune. Tapos may iba na line production works with one championship, tas iba sa mga brands na. So, yan ang nilolook forward namin this year. So, we are headed by Mr. Quark Henares. And then just to give you an idea, yung structure ng aming production company, we have the creatives, and the head of that is Krenyap, while I head the productions. And within Anima kasi, meron iba't ibang business units. So, nandun yung mga finance, yung marketing team, yung sales, that gives support to the business. So, ayan, yun yung maiksing introduction about Anima. So, ayan, binilisan ko lang ha para mas may time tayo for questions, lalo na sa mga young filmmakers na nandito sa call ngayon.
Okay, guys, so we're going to, is it correct, Ms. Armi? We'll move already on to the question and answer portion. Okay, guys, so if you have questions, please write them down sa chat, or you can also raise your hand. So I'll start things off by asking, how do you recognize if something has the potential, let's say a script or even a pitch, something has the potential to become something good in terms of a good series, film? Ano yung mga, what sets off yung bells in your mind?
We don't really follow a strict criteria, like 20% storytelling, 25% treatment, walang ganyan. But of course, it's the story, because at the end, it's really the content. So the storytelling, of course, who is the proponent. Kapag may nagpipitch sa amin, importante sino ba yung director or yung writers, para alam namin if the project is in good hands. It doesn't mean na we want veteran directors or writers. Nananalig din kami sa mga first-time filmmakers. In fact, Lenore Will Never Die and Kun Maupay Man in Panahon are both first features of these young directors. Syempre, kailangan din namin, tinitingnan din namin kung yung project, yung film or yung series ay unique ba siya? I'm not saying original, kasi parang some would say na lahat na ng kwento ay naikwento na. It's really the treatment that would make it different. Pero yun, kung ihahanay siya sa mga ginagawa ngayon or yung mga lalabas pa, paano siya magpe-play amongst those projects. Ayun, if it excites us, then sobrang laking impact nun. May mga pitch na naiiyak kami, or yung parang, alam mo yun, hindi ka makakatulog sa gabi knowing na hindi ka magiging part ng project na yun. There are projects na kami mismo yung nagsa-start, and not being pitched to us. So, pwede rin yun. So, for example, itong series na spin-off ng Hintayan ng Langit. So, from the film, naisip namin na, gawa natin to ng series. So, it's still set dun sa kalagitnaan bago tumawid papuntang heaven, or kung mapapapunta nga sa basement. So, ganun yung process namin.
Just to follow up, Ms. Armi, can you cite examples for a project like yung mga Kung Maupay or Fangirl? Paano yung process na Globe Studio said yes, will partner on this project? Paano nangyari yun? If you can cite examples, maybe for some of yung popular o yung nag-hit na mga or award-winning na mga films?
Siguro I'll talk more about Kung Maupay Man It Panahon. It's a journey of 8 years. Wala pa po ako sa Globe Studios. We've been developing the project. It started with the script after ma-experience ng director, si Carlo, yung Typhoon Yolanda. And at the same time, yung writer naman namin, si Gian, kakatapos lang ng earthquake sa Bohol, which is also his province. So from that script, dinevelop, nakakuha ng konting grant sa South Korea, and then pinasok naman siya sa Cinemalaya. And then nakuha siya. And then from there, that's where we pitched to Globe. That time, mas short films pa lang, as in bagong-bago. So when we pitched it to them, nag-yes kagad sila. But that was 2016. Ang tagal pa because we wanted to further develop the story, the script, at lagi naman namin silang ini-involve sa mga sa development ng project, whether local or international. Mahaba yung pinagdaanan until 2019. Malapit na kaming mag-shoot. That was the time that we did the casting, and Daniel Padilla said yes, and also Shara Santos. So iba-iba. May mga times na so that started from a script draft na after like 10 drafts, tsaka lang siya nagka-working, tsaka lang siya nag-shoot. Whereas, for example, for Fangirl, marami ring co-producers dito. I think final draft na yung script na nabasa namin. So, iba-iba yung stages of where we come in, but definitely we would want to be involved at the script development stage pa lang. Kasi at least doon, we can give our input, even makapag-collaborate in choosing the actors, and all these important elements in making a film. Parang hindi pa nangyayari yung during post-production na kami pumapasok. Ayun po.
I'll read my question. Because we have students who are making their short films, short projects, what advice do you have for students who are interested in pitching their projects to potential producers, or they're looking for funding for their movies?
Mm-hmm. It's really good to write a good synopsis, and at the same time, it's equally important also to write why do you want to make this film, because that director's statement would show how passionate you are, how much you'll put into this project. At doon namin nakikita na, 'di ba, pagbubutihan mo talaga, pagpupursigihan mo itong project nito. The story, the synopsis, the plot may change, maybe tweaked, but what's in your heart, hindi na mapapalitan yan. Other than that, be clear, what do you want from us? And what is in store for us. If you want, let's say, 2 million production budget, then anong kapalit nun sa amin? Hindi kami charity na nagbibigay ng pera. I wish meron, ganun na lang yung business namin para mas madali. But yeah, know that like filmmaking is a business. So be clear what you're looking for, and what you can offer to us. Sometimes it's good to say you also need a producer or guidance from us. At least, 'di ba, malinaw. Hindi yung parang nag-iimbento ng numbers or what. Medyo napapansin namin yun, hahalata namin yun. What else? Yung iba kasi would feel pressured to have or to attach cast or parang yung mga pegs, parang okay lang na hindi kasi we can help you on that. Um, ano pa ba? Um, it's also good to include a timetable kung meron na. Kung wala naman, okay lang. Kasi nga, baka din tumagal pa sa pag-develop and that's fine.
Let me read a question from Kirk.
Mhm.
What do you think of Goyo? Your thoughts on Goyo after it was released on Netflix?
That was a good start. I mean, after theatrical, at least we had a good SVOD platform, and that's around the world. There are films that we have that's just like on an SVOD platform for just Philippines or for Southeast Asia. But for Goyo, it was a good thing that it's available around the world.
Next question is from Danielle. How hands-on is the studio in the production of each episode, and what compromises with directors when their vision? Yeah.
That's the thing.
Okay.
How hands-on we are. We try to make it a point to be present in all major decisions, such as casting. Uh, we always view audition tapes. Ngayon na medyo okay na yung face-to-face, then we try to do chemistry test, ganyan. And at the same time, pag shoot na, we send a representative for that. Ito yung mga co-productions kami. But of course, if we're doing original productions, syempre kami yung nandoon, kami nagpapatakbo. How do you find compromises with directors? Sa start pa lang, we're known to be very friendly with creators, because like our head, Cor Canaris, is a director himself. So alam niya, he's really an artist as well. So we really listen to the vision of the director. That's why it's important to us to know what's the vision of the director, where is he or she coming from, para mas maintindihan namin. Because all these decisions would later um will will be part of these of his directorial vision. Kaya parang dun pa lang sa level na yun, kailangan maintindihan namin siya. And once we trust that project, we greenlight it. It's like we're honoring the vision of the director. And of course, kung meron man na parang may hindi align or something, then we can go back and say, what's your intention here? Bakit parang you chose this versus this? So mas usap, and yun nga kasi aligned na naman beforehand sa main vision, madali nang bumalik doon. Of course, hindi ko sinasabi na laging madali yung process. Dadaan siya sa usap eh. Mababait naman din kami. But at the same time, we know what we want, and it's just a matter of alignment of expectations.
Let me read Therese's from Therese Malvar. How did Dead Kids come about to be released on Netflix? Who approached whom first?
Because we've been in talks with Netflix for our previous films like Birdshot. Birdshot is the first Filipino film to be acquired by Netflix. So in touch na kami sa kanila, and then we had Hintayan ng Langit. So for Dead Kids, script level pa lang, pinresent na namin sa Netflix, and then I think lagi namin sila ina-update with regards to dailies and then the rough cut. And eventually, they decided to have it as the first Filipino next Netflix film. Definitely, we approached them first, leveraging on our relationship with them.
Okay, thank you. Please talk about the different platforms where your films are released. And another question, what are your thoughts on the future of filmmaking, film industry in the Philippines, especially due to the pandemic, other things that are going on? Thank you.
Mhm. Different platforms that can be TVOD or the transactional video on demand. That means you buy a ticket to watch the film. It can be available for 48 hours, 72 hours. An example of that is Upstream. Meron din TVOD si KTX, si iWant. There are also SVOD platforms or subscription video on demand that you just pay monthly and you can access their library anytime you want. There's also YouTube that's free or we call it AVOD because advertising naman ang nagda-drive sa kita ng YouTube. It's really different how we position our films. Depende dun sa content and at the same time schedule din and I guess the schedule also of the platforms. Um, Film industry, especially with the pandemic, it's really hard. I'm sure you've felt it all. It's not just the film industry that was hit badly by the pandemic. The last MMFF, na purely theatrical release ang mga films, it was really heartbreaking. We did not expect, coming from Fangirl that was online, na akala namin na, okay, may excite yung mga tao na bumalik sa sinihan. Hindi pa rin pala. I guess, like the pandemic, uh, made the death of cinema faster or quicker. I'm not saying na mawawala na ang sinehan. Nandiyan pa rin siya. In fact, meron pa rin mga nanonood ngayon. But I feel the cinema release would be reserved for blockbusters, for event films na talagang dapat sa big screen mo mapapanood. Yung sound ay ganon, that experience. But most of us would have that convenience of watching it all by ourselves or with our family or partners in the comforts of our home or 'di ba sa screens sa phones natin. So I feel that that's really the way to go, especially here in the Philippines, where we cannot compete with all these Marvel films or Pixar films. And let's let's not resist that. Let's accept that and look for ways how to still connect with our audience given na yun nga sa laptops or sa screens tayo. I'm also seeing the trend of branded content or like brands that would rather spend their budget not by producing a TV ad but by partnering with storytellers. Nakita naman natin yan sa mga like Kwentong Jollibee, yung mga short films na may mga brands, hindi na uso yung parang nasa pelikula like Chris Aquino sasabihin na, "Manong, sa'yo na 'tong chunky corned beef ko." 'Di ba? Mas sa content na sila, not hard selling. So that's also one trend that I'm seeing. In fact, yun nga, last year we produced a reality show, 5 episodes. It was by TM, one of the Globe brands. So there we featured their ambassadors, SB19 and the ones. Tapos may mga fans. We selected fans of both bands. Tapos yun, sila yung nag-compete sa reality show na yun. And it was released on the YouTube channel of TM.
Just a few more questions. What kind of local content is Netflix and the other, yung mga HBO Go, what do they look for? And then another question from Kirk, if you could talk about the Kwentong Jollibee ads, did you get emotional when you see those?
Okay, dun muna tayo. So what kind of local content is Netflix looking for? I don't know. I can speak for Netflix. What you can do is check the titles, the local titles on Netflix and see what could be common among these titles or what makes this one very different. Lalo na if they drop a new title, tignan nyo din, observe nyo din kung mabilis ba siya mag-top 1 sa Philippines, paano siya nagpe-play with the foreign titles of Netflix. Or ganun din kahit yung mga foreign titles, gaano din sila nagpe-play with amongst each other. Like kunyari Bridgerton, nalalabas na yung next season, ganyan. So, I think it's also important to notice these trends, to observe this, and not just the film or the series itself. Let's try to be well-rounded and not just, concentrate on the creative aspects of filmmaking, so that eventually, once you guys graduate, um, you have more things to contribute. Or yun nga, parang when you tell your story, pwede nyo rin magamit yung mga past trends in developing your story, or when making decisions who to cast, or which platforms to pitch to, depende sa stories mo. And most of the time, parang to also add kung ano yung hinahanap namin, or when we get pitches, it would also be nice to know how you would want your project, your film or series to be positioned. Para nakikita nyo ba na pang YouTube siya? And if so, why? Kasi baka it's backed up by a very good marketing or promo plan. Uh, 'Di ba? That's gonna be very, very exciting for us. Etong mga other apps or anong tawag dito, platforms ngayon like Kumu, like TikTok, um, it could it may be a good platform for promoting content and not just, putting content out there. Pwedeng maging web yan, na meron kang trailer release, for example, sa YouTube, and then character releases sa TikTok. Let's see, di ba? Ang dami ng possibilities. So, as Gen Z, gamitin natin yon. Yun yung mga magpapa-excite din sa amin, how you'd position your projects. Speaking of kwentong Jollibee, do you get emotional? Nakakatuwa kasi parang eto na, nandun tayo sa time na hindi kailangan i-mention yung brand. 'Di ba? The brand, the product is just on the backdrop. Kaya nakakatuwa kasi yun nga, parang nagbe-blend na yung TVCs sa short filmmaking. Unlike before na parang kailangan ma-mention, kailangan may tight shot yung produkto. Ngayon hindi na eh. And that's, for me, that's a very good sign.
Alright, thank you Miss Army. Maraming salamat po sa oras na binigay nyo sa aming mga estudyante ng Mint College. We are very happy to hear the stories that you have to share and yung mga produkto na gagawin nyo sa future. We are very excited for Anima Studio. We wish you luck and we wish you great things ahead of you. May we request everyone to open your cameras para makapagawa tayo ng class picture before we close this last talk for the week. Maraming salamat. I'll wait for everyone.
Hi, Christine. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Miss Kids.
Hi! Sorry, nasa labas
Okay
ako.
lang.
Hi, Miss
Hindi napapakita.
Kids.
Miss Kids.